What's up, guys? We are back. Matt is back. Thomas is back. Popeye's Chicken Sandwich will be back on Sunday. EA Sports College Football's back. But Texas football,
oh shit,
they're not back. All that after the intro.
Bad luck wind been blowing on my back. I was born to bring trouble wherever I'm at. I was born in the soul of misery, and I never had me a name. They just gave me a number when I was young.
All right, so what happened? We lost to TCU, a very winnable game against a very mediocre opponent. We made their quarterback look like a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Again.
And our defense got shredded. And
Again.
all of a sudden, freshman Sam Ehlinger is back. So everything is in shambles right now. We're straight up not having a good time with this season. There's not much to say. Like, there's not much sunshine pumping we can really do.
Yeah, other than we regressed like back 2 years, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Went back to Charlie era. Pre-Tom Herman.
It's been a while since I've seen a team. Well, I guess it hasn't been a while, but I thought we were past the stage of just looking just clueless and unprepared. And I don't know. The effort just also doesn't look like it's there either. I don't know. There's internally there's probably something wrong with this team.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of holes right now. You want to start with the offense? Or
Yeah, the offense finally. I don't know what happened. I guess we're figured out now, but we're getting like ever since really West Virginia. It's just been downhill.
we're vanilla, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the play calling's become really stale. We haven't really added any wrinkles to our playbook, and we're just getting out physical now. Our offensive line is like getting worse.
Yeah,
getting
what's up
beat.
with that? They're getting like pushed back on the like.
Yeah,
There's so
no push
many.
in the running
There's
game.
so many running plays that I watch now where maybe like in previous games I'd be like, oh, Keontae like looks really bad, but like when you hand the ball off to the running back and defenders are already like around the running back,
Yeah,
ready to tackle
yeah.
him, or like the linemen are being pushed into the running back. That's the problem. That's not how football works if you want to be successful. So I don't know why they've regret. I mean, maybe
They're all healthy. It's just
Yeah.
I mean, Parker Braun's kind of getting exposed in the pass pro, which is expected.
Junior Angler.
But like Sam Cosme, he was supposed to be like a surefire first rounder early, like leaving this season as a sophomore, redshirt sophomore. But all of a sudden, he's looking like he might have to return because he's just kind of getting beat a little bit.
Yeah.
Him not so much, but he's definitely cooled down from his hot start. But all across the board, especially the right side of our line, they just get eaten
Junior
up.
and
A lot of
who else do
Junior
we have over
and
there?
Derek Kerstetter.
Kerstetter, yeah.
A lot of penalties, a lot of holding calls.
A lot of undisciplined, things like that. Can't protect Sam either.
No.
It hurts the office in general. I don't know, just what happened to the creativity that we saw at least in the first few weeks. I don't know. I mean, I'm not advocating for like trick plays all the time, but like I don't know. There's something a little bit different. I think we're very predictable right now.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. It's like I think I saw a tweet about it. Someone's like it was either like run first, it was like pass, run, pass, or like run, pass, or like run, pass. Like it was like, and it was in patterns. So like it was very easy to predict like what they were gonna do, and you knew like when they run, they aren't gonna gain many yards. But I don't know. They used to be able to bank on those third and long situations, but now like receiver wise, outside of Duvernay and Colin Johnson, like we don't have any reliable receivers, which is a big problem. Jake Smith came into the season looking like he was going to be a big weapon for us. Now he can't catch a ball.
He just looks like a freshman, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It's in his head.
It's definitely gotten in his head where it seems like every ball that comes his way now, it's even if it hits him right in the hands, he's dropping it, which isn't a good sign. And then now with Brennan Eagles and whatever he's got going on, that's another thing that we have to worry about.
Was
Malcolm
he the one that
Epps
missed practice, or what was that?
Yeah,
that was him, right?
He missed a practice in like a meeting, I think, on maybe Tuesday. And Herman makes it sound like on his Thursday pressure that everything's good. He's looked good on Wednesday and Thursday. He's going to travel with us. He'll play. Basically, what he insinuating that he's going to play. And then he's like one of our home run hitters on like the outside. One of the few like good receivers we have outside of Colin and Devin. And we suit him out. He doesn't touch the field. And I mean, we saw that last year against Oklahoma State. He suspended the cornerbacks, and it cost us. Yeah. And if you look at like Saban and all these other coaches that win, they don't suspend their best players.
Not for the games.
For the games.
You get punished.
Get that off the field, bro.
Herman, like, you can't. I know your pride and there's culture and there's like punishments for skipping out on the team and all that, but you also got to win. Like, Brennan Eagles could have helped us a lot in this game.
Bro. Yeah.
Our pass game was broke. Sam needed some help out there.
Yeah.
A few of the interceptions were caused by our receivers just not running the routes correctly or just miscommunication.
At least two of them.
Yeah. So, and Brennan Eagles is just such a beast of an athlete. Like, he would have maybe gotten loose on a few of those plays on the back end. So,
definitely.
Things like that, it kind of grinds my gears with Herman because that's kind of two losses that, I mean, it's not the whole reason we lost, but I'm just saying like Saban would have played Brennan Eagles. So
right.
Also, something that's made us, I think, a little bit more predictable is, I don't know, Sam doesn't, I don't know, maybe this, I guess it's by design now, but Sam doesn't use his legs anymore. Like, it's not
on rare occasions.
It's
kind of been that way all season, though.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I think we're in the past. I mean, granted, yeah. In the past, Sam thrived off of being a better runner than passer, and now he's gotten better as a passer. But I feel like his running ability is just, they just choose not to use it. I don't know. There's so many times where I think, well, like if a pass play breaks down, he can use his, we've seen it a few times. It breaks down, and that's that unpredictability. You know what I mean? Like, we can make a backyard play or something like that, and that's just not there right now. No. And I don't understand where that went. We used to seeing him, push for 100 yards rushing each game, and I think that's barely happened at all this season.
It happened against Kansas, but since then, no. I mean, my assumption is that the coaches came to a realization that if Sam is gone, that this team's going to fall apart. Case in point with this game, because he had a very poor game, the worst he's had definitely since his freshman year. So that's probably why they aren't running him as much, is they're fearful of him getting hurt. So like in the big game, like against Oklahoma and against LSU, he ran like designed run plays a good amount. And then outside of that, they've kind of held him back because I guess they'd assume that we'll just run the running backs more. Problem is, our running backs haven't been very good either. So, yeah, it's just kind of been a big lose-lose. So, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I understand, like, protecting Sam and all that, especially if we were, like, in the hunt for the title and all that, even the Big 12 title. But when you're down to TCU and our offense is just stagnant, so, like, particularly in the third quarter. There was one drive where they opened it up and let Sam run a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he ran back-to-back plays.
Of course, we go down and score.
First down.
And, I mean, I don't know what we're saving him for at this point, because we're looking at a possible, like, 5-win season, maybe 6 wins. Like, the long-term goals of this team would win a Big 12 championship, and those are in, like, major jeopardy right now. Yeah. So I think you got to run Sam. It's like it's win now. Like it's all playoff.
Tougher games
Big 12 elimination games from here. Yeah.
That's the craziest thing about like losing to TCU.
And actually, back-to-back easy games.
Like, and even this 3-game stretch since including OU, like it's Kansas and TCU guys. Like
right.
Like don't get me wrong, they could score on us and maybe make it a close game. But the way we're playing, like there's better teams coming and there's better quarterbacks coming. So that's really, really concerning.
I'd say that all the Big 12 teams that we're going to face from here on are going to be better than Kansas and TCU.
Yeah.
Without question.
Kansas State with that big win over OU.
Yeah, they're riding high right now.
Baylor and Iowa State are,
you got to
really
go
good.
to Ames, to Waco.
I mean, hell, even Tech.
Yeah, Tech
they're gonna
at
be
home on
than,
Thanksgiving. They got us 2 years ago when they were no good, and they beat us in Austin. So you never know with Tech either. So and our defense will make Jed Dove look like a Heisman quarterback,
right?
Without a doubt.
Well, no. Our defense makes every quarterback that faces it look like a Heisman candidate.
It really does.
I mean, Duggan, yeah. He looked elite.
Phenomenal.
And he did earlier. That was the thing. Is early on in the game, he definitely looked like a freshman and not like a big-time quarterback. But TCU suddenly, it clicked in their mind. They were like, wait a second. Why don't we just throw the ball downfield against this secondary that's garbage? And like immediately right out of the half, Duggan just throws a bomb to Rager, just completely like toasts. Who was it?
Deshaun
Jameson, yeah.
And a clean ass pocket too, man.
Like as long as you get that ball off in like under 4 seconds, you're not going to be touched because our D line can't generate a pass rush whatsoever. And the only way that we can get a pass rush, it kinda is if we bring people from the secondary, which leaves
and they still never get home. They'll get close, but they'll never.
They did one time.
Sack anybody.
There was one sack. There's one sack in this game. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember I tweeted about it.
Yeah,
but I don't remember what it was.
That was big time. It's because we brought pressure.
Yeah, Juwan and Malcolm Malcolm Roach got a sack.
Juwan Mitchell's good, man.
No, Juwan Mitchell, like this talent there. Let's move on a little bit to the defense then. There's the thing is, like, you could talk about injuries and maybe that's hurt the defense, but I don't know. We've been getting passed on since like La Tech, man.
Yeah, since the beginning.
The whole season.
The Stearns was supposed to be like the guy like was supposed to be like
Earl
a
Thomas.
curtain back there, man. And
2.0.
I don't know. Before you got hurt, did you hear anything big about him? No,
never heard his name. I feel like, and I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing. If you're a deep safety, it means that no one's like, eating your lunch or anything like that. But then at the same time, he wasn't. I didn't see him get any close to getting picks.
He had objectively played a worse season to start off than he at any point he did as a freshman. So he's definitely taking a step back. Our whole defense taking a step back.
Yeah, and
maybe it is lack of experience, but. People like Herman saying that we're getting McCullough back, BJ Foster fully healthy, Overstone and Stearns on the defense for the Kansas State game.
We've had holes since they've
been healthy
too, though. You know what I mean?
Like, I still expect to get shredded up.
Yeah, like that doesn't like.
At this point, it seems like it's boiling down more so to scheme, and I mean, it is coaching. Like it
has to be on the staff.
Yeah,
bro.
like if
the talent's there.
I mean, show me a college football team that doesn't have injuries on it, like. As long as your quarterback, especially if he's a star, as long as he's not hurt, your team should be able to scrape by, in the modern game. Yeah. And then if your O-line is not hurt, our O-line's not hurt, you should still be able to scrape by. Defensively, you should be able to just fill in players here and there, and I think that scheme normally wins out over talent unless you have really elite talent, which we definitely don't. But yeah, so I mean, I put a lot of this, most of it on coaching, especially when we're paying, Todd Orlando. I think he's like the third highest defensive coordinator when it comes to salary wise in the nation. Like if you're paying him that money, like he should be able to
cover up for the injuries.
Do something, exactly. Like my gosh, like, at least put together something like somewhat decent.
And like these people are out with injuries, sure, our starters, but we still have 4-star, 5-star guys, Tyler Owens in the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Against like Kansas's 3 stars, TCU's 3 of the occasional 4-star. Mm-hmm. Like we should still be winning most of these battles, like in the secondary.
Yeah, we're not putting in bread, bro. Like,
yeah, we're not.
Right,
it's true. Like it's not like it's
like Herman has recruited well.
Yeah, no. And even if you do have the injuries, you work around it. You find you have different calls, different schemes set up that use your strengths and cover up your weaknesses. what I'm seeing is the same stuff over and over again. And Tom Herman himself, he's like, the definition of insanity, blah, 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 blah. Is doing the same thing over and over and over again. You're right, Tom, and you guys are being insane right now because you're doing the same stuff over and over. You're not making any changes whatsoever. You're keeping the same scheme. That's not working. Yeah. And yeah, it's just the same old stuff that's not working. And honestly, at this point, I expect to see it for the rest of the season. Even if we do somehow come back from this and unite and rattle off like 4 wins and somehow get lucky and make it to the Big 12 championship. All that's kind of a pipe dream right now, but like even if that does happen, I promise you we're still going to see a lot of the same crap. Because this type of stuff, it's rooted deeper than like, oh, we can fix this midseason. Like this is something that needs to be addressed when the season's done and needs to be fixed quickly. And that'll be important for this staff if they want to stay around here because...
Right. Like, that's a good point. If you go and listen to all the post-game interviews from the game, a lot of people, Herman said it, Sam Ehlinger said it, Keanu Coburn said it, a few other people said it, that this team needs to come together. And apparently there's some internal strife in this locker room, a lot of beef, a lot of just division. And, I mean, if this continues, it looks like Herman may have lost the locker room, which is just completely unacceptable.
It's crazy because he just earned it, if I felt like.
Yeah, I know.
You know, right before that... Ironically, Texas Bowl, we might end up there. Maybe if we get another win
tax
or two.
Bowl's looking kind of nice.
We need at least 2 more wins, I'd say. That might be asking for much, but yeah, at Texas Bowl a couple seasons ago, that was like, at least according to Breckenhager, was the uniting game where everyone got behind Herman. But that's really troublesome if those reports are fully accurate, especially considering like. Captains this year and leadership, like it seemed as solid as we've seen it.
Yeah,
like,
lockdown, yeah.
Since Colt McCoy, and I'm not kidding you about that. Like literally since Colt McCoy, like I feel like leadership wise on this team, it was the best it's ever been. So that is incredibly concerning for me. If like, granted, I know that y'all have lost a lot of games and this season has kind of spiraled downhill, but like with leadership like that, you should be able to still keep the team together. And if that's not the case, like, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. So, do you have any more thoughts on that?
I mean, it's just, like, I didn't think that Herman would be a fraud, but... and I'm not saying he is. Like, I still think he can succeed here. We could very well, like, turn it around with our healthy players and go make the Big 12 championship. That's not out of the question. I mean, we were at 6-3 last year. I know we're 5-3 now, but we were at 6-3 last year.
Same situation. Yeah.
We could win out and go to the Sugar Bowl and do it all over again. But when Sam declares us back, we expect a little bit more.
That's a problem. When you get to the Big 12 championship game, even though we didn't win it, when you get there and then win a New Year's Six game and your quarterback who's coming back for the next 2 years, who's the best talent that we've had since Colt McCoy. So in a decade, we haven't had a quarterback on this level. I'd say he's a top 5 Texas quarterback already. Just personal opinion, but when you have that guy saying that we're back,
a good quarterback.
That we're back, and also in the Big 12 press conference game, like I promise that we'll never like be disappointed, have like a disappointing performance again. Like that's on me. When you say those things, like, and granted, Sam has had, overall a pretty good season. This last game was not a reflection of that, but up to that point, he's been pretty good. But still, like, you can't. Texas fans have every reason to be upset right now. We have every reason to be pessimistic. And for the fans out there that are still really backing this team and like, oh, it's just because y'all just do this because,
some fake fans, bro.
Yeah, y'all are fake fans. You should still support the team. Like,
what do you want us to say, man?
Like oh, Herman's.
Everything's okay.
He's so handsome.
Right. Yeah, no, it's true.
Okay,
it's true. That's the thing about sports. Is like, look, I'm sure Tom Herman's a great guy. I'd love to grab a beer with Tom Herman. I'd love to hang out with Sam. I'd love all those guys. But when it's sports, there's no bias in it. Like, you're looking solely at performance. If the performance is not there, you have every reason to be upset. And especially when you're paying a staff and Tom Herman and you have players that have the talent, that have the leadership capabilities to lead, a brand like Texas who, this historically great program has got everything going for it. you should expect Big 12 championship, especially after the year before you made that leap. So you should be able to at least continue, at least get back to the Big 12. And the coaches themselves and players themselves were like, hey, like, this is a Big 12 championship type year. Like, they said it.
That's the goal.
You know?
Like, they will actually say that's their long-term goal.
So for the fans out there that are like, oh, you guys are being too pessimistic, or you need to get behind the team, or you need to... Or there's injuries, guys. Injuries. Yeah. Like, come on. No.
Herman is infallible. Like, no.
Yeah,
no.
We're year three in, and we're dropping games like this and making close games.
We're regressing.
We're regressing. I get it.
That's facts.
Lose to LSU. Lose to OU.
That's totally
Hey,
fine.
man, those are great programs.
Lost by a touchdown.
Great programs.
That's cool.
But you can't be losing to teams like this and at this stage in the progress. Okay, we need the linear the trajectory to keep going up, and to have another 8-4, 9-3 season is not going to cut it here anymore. Yeah. We've been at this for. I mean,
9-3 will like.
That would require us winning out.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna get there.
That's what I'm saying. That's not even good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just
like if you said 9-3 before the season, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, I feel like okay, yeah.
But now, like, we're looking at 7 wins, 6 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, we could flip the script and go 9, but
and it's the eye test too. Like visually, the team looks bad. Like record aside, even though we have a 5-3 record, like. If you just watched a TCU game and you didn't know what UT's record was, what would you guys think our record would be? Just based off of that one game.
It's a strong team. It's a 500 team, maybe
like
worse.
3-3.
Exactly.
Incompetent. Yeah. Just scared, soft, no energy. No one out there's having fun.
Playing
no one's
scared
flying
to
around.
lose, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just speaks to like the division in the locker room, just the lack of our culture that Herman used to always speak about. It's just kind of flamed out like recently, and it can come back. But
it's okay to criticize these guys. Like, they're not gods. Like they're human beings, right?
I mean, they're hearing it.
I don't really want to fire Herman. Like, no, there's not many better options out there, and we give him that big extension. I would love for Herman to get going here and like him be the guy going forward. But I mean, it's year 3, showing some weaknesses. So why can't? I mean, we're just fans. Why can't we just speculate and just criticize? I mean. I don't know. It's just frustrating to see us get destroyed by the TCU who lost to SMU. Probably lose to Baylor now. Yeah. All these little private schools in Texas are beating the University of Texas.
Going back
some of y'all want to say that we can just trust the process with Herman. Like
how much longer do you want to wait, my guy? Like how much longer do you want to wait? Like let me know. Yeah. Let me know. Yeah. I guess I got another decade to give it.
I wonder how Chris Del Conte feels about losing to his old school, going to Fort Worth. And just getting pretty much dominated in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half.
And having Max Duggan as freshman outplay our Heisman quarterback, clearly outplay
and playing better at his game. He was even running better than more confident and doing the read options even more crisp than him, hitting the deep ball even better than him. So we made Max Duggan look like an all-star, man. So
and I'm sure Skylar Thompson in 2 weeks will do the same exact thing. Yeah, he's actually good. Skylar Thompson is good. So
he's like Duggan, but better.
Yeah.
Same type of player.
So, do you think we see any staff changes? Orlando?
I wouldn't say any mid-season. Anything? I mean, you probably know more than us, though.
Yeah, Todd Orlando, I thought he coached well enough to keep it going. Keep his job. I mean,
in the first half.
I heard some reports on Orange Bloods that, CDC was really hard on him, saying you got to show some progress or you could be gone. But I thought our defense played well enough to win. I know we kind of broke down in the third quarter, but part of that was throwing 4 interceptions, whatever it was.
Yeah, part of that is 4 picks. Yeah. That's not good.
It was really the loss was on Sam Ehlinger, and that's the first time we've said this in a long time, since maybe Oklahoma State when he threw that interception at the end. This loss was on Sam Ehlinger. He played terrible, and our offense couldn't get anything going. Our defense, if Sam plays a good game, our defense probably holds him under 35 like we needed to do. So I don't know. I thought it'd be irresponsible to make Todd Orlando the scapegoat after that.
Yeah,
I thought I saw a lot of four down linemen, which I wanted to see.
That was new.
He did do a little bit of adjustments. Tyler Owens was in the right spot a lot. he just like our receivers are there, our DBs were there in a lot of situations. They just didn't get their hands up. They didn't look back for the ball, and that's like a recurring. That's coaching.
Yeah.
But they're there. I mean, I don't know if you pull the plug on Todd Orlando just yet, but I mean, yeah, I don't know about stat
at least
changes.
we look like at least it looked like he was trying a little bit. If I did notice those 4 down linemen, which was I don't know, I like saying that more.
Yeah,
3 down linemen.
but at the end of the game, I want to touch on this before we move on.
Okay.
It came to another 3rd and long. It was game on the line. I think we were down by 3 with about 3 minutes left, and TCU they were in the red zone, pretty. It would be like a long field goal to make. So it was 3rd and long, and of course we blitz everybody, and it gets there.
Oh, that play,
but not fast enough.
Like literally,
and then
millisecond.
Then the receiver has one-on-one with one of our corners or safeties, and just an easy it should be like it was fairly covered, but of course our corner DB just doesn't even play the ball at all.
If he turns his head around once and sees that it's like coming on this backside, it's easy. It's an easy swat away because he thought the ball was coming like this when it was actually going behind him, and he didn't even look. I think it was like the Tay Barber guy.
Like I don't see other schools have players do that.
Yeah,
like
not to the frequency that we do.
Yeah, I was like, no,
and from there that was it.
That's unfortunate because we have such talented guys, but they keep making the same stupid mistakes. There were multiple times in that game where the DBs just completely misread it or like could have picked off the ball, like in the end zone to prevent a few touchdowns, but we're just like a little bit off. So
that one touchdown, the first one to Jalen Reagor, I think, or it was one of the
Deshaun Jameson.
Oh, the bomb.
Where you just like
not that one. The one over the middle in the first
half,
where Montreal still came over and he did the right thing. He came over, but he just failed to locate the ball. Like he didn't play the ball as well as he should have. I mean,
that receiver was quintuple.
Yeah.
It was so covered.
There were 5 guys on him.
And
it was unbelievable.
And he ends up catching basically an uncontested ball
pretty much
while being quadruple covered, which I don't even know how you can.
I've never seen it done before.
What starts here changes the world. Any more points about the game real quick?
I don't know. I mean, I think we touched on everything.
Yeah.
We could go more in depth on like specific players and stuff, but I think it was just a bad performance all around.
Yeah, all across the board.
To me, one play that stood out very early on in this game was, I think it was our first drive against TCU, where we got all the way to like the 4-ish yard line. So it wasn't quite, based on how the play was set up and everything, it wasn't quite 4th and goal, but it was like 4th and 1 from like the 4, or not even the 4, it was probably like the 3. And Tom Herman is known for being the guy that if it's 4th and essentially goal, he's going to go for it. He's not going to kick the field goal. And for the first time, honestly, I think ever, he decided to go with the field goal. And one take that I heard about that was like, oh, that's him not respecting TCU and thinking like, oh, like we don't need to go for it here. We can just kick a field goal because this is a like more, not a very good opponent. So as long as we get some points out of it, we're good. But I read it as like, I feel like he himself is losing confidence. Like, what if we don't? What if we don't get it?
As many times
the defense is just gonna, let him go all the way down the field and score, and then we get no points out of it. So to me, like, even though that was like very small and like right at the beginning of the game, like that spoke big volumes for me.
And we failed in plays like that a lot this season.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? We're not. I don't think we're doing. I know we're not doing well in 4th down conversions.
Red zone this game was atrocious.
Yeah, so
that was bad. We gave
spot on you.
We gave up so many just points on. There were so many points on the board where we had to settle for a field goal, and then Dicker missed a kick.
A little like chip shot.
Yeah.
Granted, it was like way on. It was either the left or right hash, but it was like way over. But still, like it was very badly missed.
He'll make the hard ones and miss the easy ones. It's kind of Cameron Dicker for you.
But that's college football kickers. I mean,
yeah. But it just seems like Herman's got his 4th down decisions reversed right now. Like it's 4th and the 4-yard line, 4th and goal.
I think it was even closer. I think it was like 4th and 1 on like the 3.
It's finally an actual 4th and 1, not a 4th and 2. deep in their territory.
Run
So
Sam.
if we
just
don't
run Sam.
if we don't get it, it helps the defense out a lot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they have to go
Oh, yeah.
96 yards on our defense, which is our weak link of our team. But you give our defense a lot of help. You like compact them in their own end zone. And like speaking to another situation, we have them backed up in their own end zone. Malcolm Roach coming on the edge. He has a clear shot to sack Max Duggan.
Nice safety, bro.
And he tries to like swipe at his head or something like some.
Oh, that's bad.
It was terrible.
Throws the first down, right?
And then he gets out, rolls out, and then
he
broke someone's ankles.
He ran it.
And we just looked so inept. And it was just disgusting to watch. Yeah. So many missed opportunities in this game. That was the theme of it. And also, I want to touch on Jeff Gladney literally just freaking scrapping with Colin Johnson the entire game. He's literally interfering on every single pass ball the entire game. Yeah. But that's smart on them. If you interfere on every play, they're not going to call it.
They're not going to call it everyone.
Yeah,
Good
so.
point.
Jeff Gladney really locked down Colin. I feel bad for Colin, man. He's losing a lot of money this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully
he had some good catches this game. Like, he was definitely...
Yeah, he
talent is there,
stuff.
man. Yeah.
Sam didn't help him out a lot either this game.
Yeah. Duvernay had big catches, but yeah, like I think I touched on this earlier. Like once TCU figured out, let's just double cover and lock down these two receivers. None of these other receivers can do anything, and that was the truth. Jake Smith couldn't catch anything. Tight end Kate Brewer got hurt. They had to bring in backup. I think Wiley had to come in.
Yeah, he did.
A couple times.
He had a few good blocks.
That led to a pick by Sam. I know, because he was trying to... But that was more Sam's fault, because that was a really dumb play. It was like, he should have just threw the ball out of bounds. Instead, he threw it right on the sideline to Wiley. Got picked off very clearly. Yeah, all around, this game just sucked. But y'all know that. Y'all saw it. Y'all watched the game.
Yeah, I want y'all to comment and tell us what y'all think about our team and Herman. And just kind of I want to read your temperature. I was on Twitter, kind of just being the devil's advocate, like this was terrible during the game, and a lot of y'all
I'd say like 60-40 in favor of your
just
sentiment.
roasting Tom Herman.
Just roasting Tom Herman.
Yeah,
I think more. You had a few that were
very defensive,
very defensive of their boy, but like
and that's good to an extent. It's good to have faith in your team.
You can criticize without saying fire Tom Herman explicitly.
But I don't know. Like there's clearly a pattern here. Like these past couple games, like you've seen the same things, and like I said, this is the definition of insanity. Like you are, no offense, but you are insane if you think that we can continue to play like this and
it'll all
win a game. Win a game. Like if we don't change things right now, we're not beating Kansas State. Like you can book on that. Like bet against Texas if something doesn't radically change here. Because we don't have a winning football formula right now for this team, which sucks.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know. Just looking at the box score right now, it's gross. Yeah.
Let's move on from this game.
Yeah.
We've hammered it to death, and
it
was painful talking about it again.
Yeah.
I'm finally getting over it.
Yeah, I forgot about it, and then I was like, I got to dig up all this trauma.
Swallow a few cyanide pills.
Let's move on. Let's get out of here.
All right. Go back to week 9.
Yeah.
Outside of our atrocious game.
What are good ones?
The headline is Kansas State knocking off OU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did not expect that. It was like a close game at the beginning, 41. And then I was just watching highlights because I didn't get to see the game beforehand, but what happened?
In the second half,
just falling apart.
Didn't Kansas State score right before half and then get the ball back?
They went up by 3.
Yeah, and they got the ball back immediately and scored right at the half.
They scored a bunch of points in the third quarter, and they held OU pretty much scoreless in the third quarter. And OU, in typical OU fashion, tried to make a last-second comeback, but they almost had it too. That onside kick was scary. I was like, "Oh my, are you serious?
It went down the field.
Win this game.
Yeah, it was rolling down the field.
It was just like OU Texas in 2000 or last year, the last Red River rivalry. Yeah. It was literally the same exact game, but just against Kansas State.
With Skylar Thompson running like Sam did.
Yeah, seriously, it was the same exact game.
I think he had 4 rushing touchdowns. Not Sam, but Thompson.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did have 4 rushing touchdowns. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, that was a big game.
So OU might be out of the playoff race. Everybody's saying they're out. I don't really see it. People are saying Oregon. Paul Feinbaum, of course, SEC homer, saying Oregon would get over OU. Like, no. Like, who's Oregon beating?
I guess the only thing they hang on their hat on is like the quality.
The quality loss. Let's go. Let's go. They lost to the fifth best team in SEC West. Put them
in. Ohio State destroying Wisconsin.
God, Ohio State's so good.
They're so complete. They're good on all sides of the ball.
That was a very close game.
They're good on all sides of the ball, dude. It's crazy.
They're literally the best team I've seen since. So it was 2005 USC. Then it switched to 2005 Texas, and then 2011 LSU, the best teams I've ever seen in my life. And I'm putting Ohio State in that category right now. They just dominate whoever they play. They have so many like first rounders everywhere. Justin Fields is legit. J.K. Dobbins is like a Heisman candidate. Chase Young is freaking.
They poop out defensive ends, bro. Like they just have them all.
Can we have one of those?
I know. Have one.
Send one of those.
We got Vernon Broughton.
Yeah, that's true.
They were trying to get Vernon from us. We helped Vernon Broughton.
Yeah.
For now.
But we'll, yeah.
Chase Young is a freaking bullet, bro. He's so fast.
Yes.
I can't wait for that Ohio State Penn State game to happen, and whatever the line is, take Ohio State minus the points. Like,
absolutely.
I don't care if it's even 14. Absolutely. Like Ohio State's covering that. Yeah. Ohio State, I think they've covered literally every single game this entire season.
They have, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like they've covered like in a grandiose fat. Like it's not close.
Yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So Urban definitely left them a beautiful roster.
LSU edges out Auburn. That was kind of I guess they blamed the weather for that game and the conditions on the field because the field was like totally ripped up on kind of why it was so close. But I mean, it was kind of just like an old-fashioned slug match, really.
You watch these SEC games, and these refs are literally told to like let everybody hold, let it be dirty, and that was definitely like a dirty game, just back and forth, just kind of just a rock fight, like they call it. And Auburn did what they wanted to do. They made it into a scrappy game. They held Joe Burrow, kind of like he didn't have his best day. No. Definitely the most resistance they felt offensively. So. Yeah, I mean, they won by 3 points.
Yeah, they won by 3 points, yeah.
I mean, LSU was in control in the whole fourth quarter, but yeah, LSU's ranked number 1 now.
Yeah, that's crazy they got that out of this game. Yeah. I feel like the AP poll feels different this year. I don't know. Like, usually you'd see, like, I don't know, the national, like, Clemson would be number 1 in the past. I feel. Right. You know what I mean? They're not. I mean, which I think is a good thing because you should definitely base rankings off of this season. But it's just odd to see them. I know they're changing. They're changing the formula now. I don't know. Definitely. Usually, if you win the championship, you have number 1 spot till
you lose.
But now it's different.
Yeah, I mean, LSU and Ohio State have been way more impressive than.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But isn't Ohio State still ranked behind Bama?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. Bama hasn't beat anybody, and Ohio State's been literally.
Clemson's already down at 4. That's crazy. But they won't drop any further than that with that
They want that LSU Bama game to be 1 versus 2 so bad.
So bad.
They're setting it up.
Yeah.
I mean, Bama does not. Sure, Bama's been dominant, but I mean, maybe so.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be a great game.
They haven't been as dominant as they've been in the past.
Yeah. And they haven't beaten anybody at all.
I swear Tua's like always about to die or something, bro. Like he's always hurt or something, and he plays the game and he looks great.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be miraculously completely healthy for the LSU game and shred him up. I know Michigan finally won a big game, a top 10 game under Harbaugh against Notre Dame.
And then in the rain.
Yeah.
Pouring rain. And I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Put it on.
Yeah.
45
to 14. That was the final score.
Yeah, they killed him, bro.
Who would have thought that Shea Patterson would have dropped 45 in the rain against Notre Dame? That is crazy.
They ran all over them, bro. Wow, they had like 300 yards rushing. We're very close to it. That's crazy.
What lost at home to Oklahoma State. We knew Mike Gundy was going to get somebody. We finally did.
About damn time.
It was a trap game, bro.
Yeah.
What was the score to that?
They won pretty handily, I thought. I mean, Iowa State may have come back, but I feel like Oklahoma State was in control.
Yeah, 34-27. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma State
Chuba
led
had
most
another
of the
big
game. Chuba.
Good for them. I was starting to think like maybe Oklahoma State like isn't what we thought they were, but
they're literally the same as us.
Yeah.
5-3. Tylan Wallace had a pretty cool stiff arm in that game.
Dude, and he took off?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was so good.
Tylan Wallace is elite.
Big time.
I wish we had him.
Penn State wins over Michigan State.
Easy.
No problems. I think I saw that coming. Kansas beats Tech in like crazy fashion.
Let's go.
Carter
That
Stanley
was
went off
insane.
again.
Yeah.
I love what you said about him, bro. He's just not afraid. Carter Stanley,
he's wild, bro.
Just let it rip.
Gunslinger, bro. Just rolls that shit, dude.
Yeah.
He don't care. Yeah. So what happened again? It was like they were setting up for a field goal to win.
Yeah.
It got blocked by Tech.
But
then
they recovered
Tech
it.
recovered it and was starting to run, and then they like lateraled it backwards. And it went nowhere. There was no one home. So it just landed on the ground, and I think Kansas fell on it and got to kick again and won.
Why did they get to kick again?
There was they kicked the field goal with about
There was
8
there
seconds
was time left.
Or 15 seconds left.
Wow.
And I think it was third down.
So they had an extra down. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was fourth down, and then
But
Tech
it was a
had
fumble.
possession,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
fumbled it.
Right.
Fumbled it. Oh.
And then they got
No.
they got a full the clock stopped and everything,
Oh,
and,
that's
and the
great.
kick moved like 5-10 yards closer to the
Oh, easily, yeah.
like that poor kid on Texas Tech. Like
Dumb.
he's probably still like
Grab the
in
ball and
pain.
just go down, bro.
Yeah. Take a
they're
knee.
trying to take don't
Laterals it backwards to no one.
Oh man, Les Miles, he's got them going.
Mad Hatter.
They're good.
I mean,
They played tough.
way better than they've been.
Yeah.
There's a
They're
significant
dangerous.
improvement.
I bet they get someone else too. I don't know what their schedule looks like the rest of the way, but I'm sure they'll get somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Could they make it to a bowl game?
Yeah, that's the question. Were they at three wins now?
Yeah. Let me see.
It should be 4. They should have beat
Ooh,
us.
well, they need one more, right?
They need 2 more.
They need two more.
2 more.
They are.
I think they have 3 wins.
Why isn't
Or
this
4.
now?
Maybe
There
it
we
was
go.
4.
No,
Boston
they have
College.
2 wins.
2?
No,
Wait, hold on.
they have
Wait,
3
hold on.
wins.
I picked the wrong
They have
date.
3
My
wins.
bad. Oh, yeah.
The first 2 games they have 3 wins.
They had 3 wins. Yeah.
Okay.
They have 3 wins.
So yeah, bowl probably not happening for them, but
Yeah.
still they're looking way more competitive than they have.
And then, what else do we have here? Oregon, close win over Wazoo. So Oregon continues to
Make their way
only
back
have
up
one
into the
loss.
conversation.
Yeah,
So
stay in the
your picks in the
conversation.
comeback
Hey,
and
don't
cash
sleep.
in.
Don't sleep.
This man has Oregon in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And hey, don't look now.
Don't look now. Hey, Michigan, they can't. Hey, don't look now.
Don't look.
First 2-loss team in the playoff. Let's go.
Hey.
No.
Dude, it'll be so funny if Oregon sneaks in.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see them like go up against Ohio State or
They'll just
Clemson
get
and then just get
manhandled.
50-point loss.
Yeah.
And the Pac-12 is never going to the playoff ever again.
You lose all privileges.
That happened in Washington against
Bama.
Bama.
Yeah.
That was a scary
bad.
game. I was concerned for those boys.
Yeah, Will Scarborough was killing
I
them.
know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that'll do it for week 9. Let's get into week 10, our picks.
Our picks.
What do we have up first?
All right.
Florida Georgia line.
Florida, Georgia,
Florida, Georgia,
the world's largest
the
outdated
cocktail
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
An overrated rivalry, in my opinion.
No, this rivalry is legit.
It is religion.
It's my favorite rivalry outside the Red River rivalry.
Stop. That's not true.
They copied,
Is it true?
They copied the Red River shootout with the neutral site half and half.
They don't do half and half, though.
Yeah, they do.
They don't split it like they do at the Cotton Bowl.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
I've looked this up. They don't. Like they.
They
like
literally
it's
do.
beef right
No,
here,
no, no,
bro.
no, 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 no.
Go look up an image of the Florida Georgia
I'm looking
game.
it up right now.
You're gonna see. You're gonna see Florida on whatever
Thomas,
side.
look that up.
Hey, pull that up, Jamie.
Pull that up, Gene.
I like this rivalry a lot.
The cocktail party.
This is actually a really good game, though.
Yeah, I know.
2:30 on CBS. I'm really looking forward to this one. Georgia's
Good
looking.
time, too.
Yeah. Georgia's looking really exposed recently, and Florida's kind of taken off with Kyle Trask.
I know.
So I think
I
Florida's.
didn't even know they were ranked ahead.
I mean,
It's 'cause they lost
it's
to
not
South
as it's not as like dramatic.
Yeah, but it looks pretty evenly.
Like I mean, it's split, but it's not like down the 50.
Yeah, it's not on the 50. It's
The
it's reverse
aesthetics
split.
aren't there.
It's more of a blend.
Yeah.
It's,
And
yeah, it's not
you
as it's
definitely
not as
see-
sexy. It's not the Cotton Bowl.
No.
It's
no.
definitely the Dawsville version of the Red River Shootout.
Yeah.
What I like, I
It's
just
kind
like.
of a weird stadium, Jacksonville.
Yeah, and NFL Stadium is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not-
no, I know about that.
You need a more historic
Who is
site.
the better defense?
Florida? I'd say.
Florida, right?
Georgia's pretty good too.
I don't know. They're pretty close.
These teams feel equal a little bit.
They really do.
I
think Kyle Trask is a better quarterback than Jake Fromm.
Yeah, right.
Definitely more dynamic.
No, Jake Fromm's a game manager. You don't
just
a backup quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, just base it on what we've seen in the last 5 weeks, and it's clearly Kyle Trask.
Yeah, I guess you could say.
Jake Fromm's a bigger name, the prettier pick, but Kyle Trask gonna light it up.
A prettier guy.
Jake Fromm is significantly more attractive than Kyle Trask.
Very handsome.
This is a pick 'em for me. I'm gonna go Georgia here though. I like the running backs more. I like their offense more. I feel like they're definitely a safer pick in my opinion.
Okay.
I'll take Georgia.
Okay.
This is a playoff elimination game.
Oh, definitely. Loser goes home here.
I think Florida's the better team. I think
Leave it Dan Mullen.
Yeah, Dan Mullen is legit. Yeah. I wish we had Dan Mullen. But yeah, I think I'm taking Florida. I think they're the better team. I know Georgia's gonna have like the psychological edge. I believe like they've taken care of business against Florida recently. They think they're tougher, more physical. But Florida, man, they're good. Their defense is elite. Kyle Trask is elite. So
yeah, you know what? I've been hating on Florida all year. I actually have family that went to University of Florida. I have some family from Florida. So you know what? I'm going with the Gators. I'm not hating on them anymore. I was very impressed with, even though they did lose to LSU, I was very impressed with them in that game.
Yeah, for sure.
And they seem to be looking really good. I mean, they look really good against Auburn. And I don't know.
Click on Florida's schedule.
They have like a scrappiness to them, you know, something that I thought we'd have.
If Florida wins this game,
oh shit!
They're going to SEC championship with a chance to beat whoever to go to the playoff.
Yeah, they have a legit shot.
Wow.
So the winner of this game really
goes to the
has a cakewalk.
Could be that second SEC team that goes in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
So that's something to watch. And yeah, this is the playoff de facto elimination game, which is the fun thing about the 14 playoff. You have a lot of playoff games within the season, and this is one of them. So it'll be really fun atmosphere. Two SEC East teams going at it. So yeah, I'm excited. Florida, and Georgia are the picks. Mm-hmm. So what else we got on the docket?
TSU, Kansas.
Yes, I think it's the battle for the sunflower seed.
I know,
something like that.
Is that what it's called?
Sunflower seed?
I didn't know that.
Something like that.
This up.
It's like the sunshine.
It should be like the wheat.
The sunflower.
The wheat state
battle or something like that.
Kansas.
But it's at Kansas. Les Miles coming off the big win against Texas Tech, and Kansas State coming off the huge win against OU. So you got two teams that are riding high right now.
Yeah.
I think it should be a pretty good atmosphere for Kansas. They should have actually a good turnout now because they're just coming off a win and they got their rival coming to town. I'm sure Kansas State will bring a lot of fans.
Sunflower Showdown.
Told you.
They took the showdown out.
I don't like that though. It sounds sweet, bro.
Sunflower Showdown.
My mom would love to go to that.
Sounds like a beauty pageant. We're going to the Sunflower Showdown.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take the team that has the most momentum. That's the Wildcats. I like the quarterback better. Why do I like the quarterback better? I don't know.
Where are they playing?
They're both like really
dudes.
The guys. They're playing at Kansas. It's at Kansas.
Not that matters. I guess.
I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the Wildcats here. I think Kansas is just fun right now.
Yeah.
Other than like being able to win.
I want to pick Kansas really bad.
I know you do,
but
it's a fun pick. It really is.
I don't know. I'm taking Kansas State. To me, they play smarter football, and I'll take that over exciting, fun football. Yeah, and that's my pick.
I'm gonna take Kansas.
Yes.
It's because I just can't picture Kansas State coming into DKR in 2 weeks like a top 20 team, 6-2, actually like legit, really good
honestly,
team. I think they're a dangerous team. That's going to be really good in a few years with Chris Kleiman. But I think Les Miles, that Texas Tech win was great, but I think he gets his real signature win and knocks off Kansas State, which they haven't done in a long time, I don't think, in Kansas. So I think this is the one that they've been waiting for. Les Miles. He knows how to get up for the big rivalry games, and he knows how to pull the upsets. He almost got us. He got Texas Tech. So, yeah, I think Kansas State comes in riding a little bit too high, and Kansas gets them. So
Kansas hasn't beaten Kansas State since 2008.
Oh, my God.
That's a long time.
10 years.
Shit.
That's a
great recession, bro.
That's worse than Ohio State, Michigan.
I know.
10 games.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, it's happening this Saturday, so
Yeah.
tune in.
So book it.
Yeah. All right, TCU travels to Stillwater, Oklahoma State. I hate both these teams so
I
much.
hate these teams. Yeah,
We lost
Why?
we lost to TCU, which is embarrassing. Someone pick this game right now.
OSU.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State easily.
Yeah,
I don't think.
This, yeah,
I think TCU showed up for us, and I don't think they're gonna
hang their hat on that win.
Yeah, Gary Patterson is
disappear.
vocal about how he just wants to beat Texas.
Yeah. Not that they won't show up to other games this year, but like honestly, like they're a slightly below average football team, and they're gonna show that. We just looked really, really bad against them.
We're also
So-
below average at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So I don't know. I think
better
it'll be
offense.
Cowboys, no problem.
Yeah, Cowboys have a better offense.
Yeah.
They're score all over them. I think they move the ball better than we did. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, the Cowboys is probably a good pick here.
Yeah, Oklahoma State for sure. All right, another Big 12 game. This one's on Thursday night actually. West Virginia travels to Waco to play Baylor. Baylor 8-0, best team in the state.
Debatable.
Nah,
I mean, as of
SMU,
right now, they
though.
are, bro.
Well, yeah, they're ranked higher.
I'll take Baylor here. They're undefeated. They're rolling right now. What did they do? Oklahoma State, they won by 18, I think. So,
in Stillwater.
In Stillwater. So
It's the last time we've done that.
yeah, exactly. Matt Rule is really killing it right now. He looks like the Tom Herman of 2 years ago. He's gonna get a nice job somewhere. So yeah, I'll take the Bears over the Mountaineers for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Bears too. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why I put this game in the docket. This game's going to be a decisive Baylor
I
win.
think Baylor's an 18-point favorite or something like that.
Yeah, that's
They
more
are.
the question if they cover or not. I think they win by like 3 touchdowns. So yeah, Baylor, all across the board. They're moving closer to that matchup with TCU, which they're finally going to beat their rival, I think, which will be good for them. And then they got OU than us. So they're about to get into the meat of their schedule coming up, and then we'll see how good they really are.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. We'll move on to the Pac-12. This is a fun game. Oregon, the new playoff darling out of the Pac-12,
I know.
which I disagree with, plays at USC.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm biased because I want Oregon to win.
Yeah.
But I can also see this being a USC game where they just
When they actually show up.
yeah, they show up and they just beat around.
Because they
beat
seem
up
to do
Oregon.
that from time to
Fun,
time.
you know what I mean?
know?
Justin Herbert throws for like 150 yards, under 50% completion rate.
Yeah.
2 interceptions.
USC looks like a playoff caliber team.
exactly.
Yeah.
Twice a year.
Do that. You know.
Who did USC surprise us with in the beginning of the year? Notre Dame.
Well, they didn't
no,
beat them.
no. They beat another Pac-12
Oh,
team that was like really surprising. Was it
Stanford.
was it Stanford?
But Stanford's not good.
Maybe I'm thinking another team. I don't know,
I'm
but
looking up.
I definitely think this is one of those games where USC just reminds Oregon that, like, hey, like we're the blue blood here.
Yeah,
Boom, boom.
exactly.
Yeah,
They're
so-
playing at home.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
take the Trojans.
Let's pick the last game because the camera's about to die.
Oh,
SMU at Memphis. College game is going there. First time ever. Who you got, Matt?
Shambu show done.
Yeah.
Locked. I honestly don't even know. I'll be straight up. I don't know anything about Memphis, but SMU's playing better. I know. I just have a hunch that SMU's playing better football than Memphis.
Yeah. I'm taking Memphis. I love what Mike Norvell's done there. And SMU's going to get got somewhere. They're not that great. They're good, but, like, they're not UCF. So, Memphis gets them. Big win for them. They'll be a good crowd. Yeah, Memphis.
I'm picking SMU. I'm rolling with the ponies. I think they're just going to keep winning. They keep finding ways to win. And that's actually one of my locks for this week.
Is it okay to make him like my day two? Like Shambu show's on the team.
No, that's perfectly fine.
And they're in the American Conference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like no conflict of interest.
Until
Yeah,
they start
they-
stealing our recruits because we suck so bad.
I know, right? Yeah, they're day twos now. Okay.
Now that they can pay players.
Yeah. Back to their roots.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get these locks in before we get off.
Last week I went 1-1. Texas lost and Kansas won. This week I got Baylor favored 18 at home versus West Virginia. They'll cover that. And the Aggies by 39 at home against UTSA. UTSA has lost by 40 twice this season. They're doing it again against the Aggies. Take the Aggies.
Nice. All right, I went 1-1 last week. My one that hit was Illinois +9 against Purdue. Illinois blew them out, so never a sweat. But I don't remember what my loss was, but I lost a certain bet. I don't remember. So I got 3 this week. Oregon -4.5 at USC. I think Oregon gets it done here. They're better than USC. So I see Justin Herbert lighting them up a little bit. And I say Oregon wins by like a touchdown or 2. And 4.5 is a small line to make, so I think they'll hit it. And then Tennessee -12 versus UAB. I know UAB is one of the better G5 teams out there. But Tennessee's got a lot of momentum right now. They just beat South Carolina. They beat Mississippi State. They're playing in Neyland Stadium. I think they win by a few scores against UAB. So Tennessee's looking good. So keeping that momentum going. And then lastly, Florida State -3 against Miami in the, I don't know what they call it, the Florida rivalry. But Florida, I don't know who's at home. I think it's at Florida State actually. But either way, Miami's terrible right now. They have no quarterback, and Florida State has shown signs. I know Willie Taggart's kind of a joke, but Florida State will win this game by more than a field goal. So Florida State, those are my 3 logs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I went 1-2 last week, so not too great. But again, I have 3 locks for you. I got SMU, SMU Memphis. Memphis is a 5.5-point favorite. I'm taking the under with that. I think SMU is going to find a way to win, as I already said. Colorado at UCLA. UCLA is a 7-point favorite. I'm taking the under for that because Colorado, like UCLA, I mean, both teams kind of hit and miss. It seems like every other week. I don't know. I feel like Colorado's gonna have one of those hits this week. And then UNC is a 2-point favorite at Virginia. At UNC. Rolling with Mac Brown. I think he'll pull out another dub against. I guess Virginia's a good team, kind of. I don't know.
Nah.
They haven't hit expectations.
They're disappointed.
Yeah. So look for the Mac.
All right, that's going to wrap up our episode. Texas is not back still, but we're still loyal fans, so we'll see you next time.
Yes.
All right, don't be sad.
Okay.
Longhorn Nation, we're back!